coming out tonight. I do want to remind you that all of tonight's segments, you can listen to them tomorrow at tristatefootball.com in their entireties. If you couldn't hear them in the back, you'll be able to hear them good online. We got several YouTube segments. We're going to do articles. Every team that was nominated, we have complete season rewinds. We run them through January, so about 60% of them are done. If they're not up there yet, you can go to the team page at tristatefootball.com. Game-by-game recaps, milestones. They take us about 4 hours to write one of those articles, so we sure hope you guys appreciate them. Joe Danneman from FOX19 is here to help us hand out our hardware. And we once again would like to thank Awards Sign Graphics. They are our official trophy provider for tonight's awards. And you know, before we hand them out, I got to just say that, you know, everybody that's nominated is certainly worthy of one. You know, from our all tri-state team, I mean, when you think that we cover 139 team, Greg, just the fact to even be considered for an award says quite a bit about these guys. But that said, let's just move right along, because I know everybody is anxious to move on out of here and get home safely. So we'll start with our Gold Star Chili Star of the Week, and we really thank Gold Star Chili. They've been with us for 7 years and have continued to invest in us and the community. Each week we opened up voting to the fans on our website, tristatefootball.com, and this year we had almost 500,000 people vote in our 10-week period for the Player of the Weeks. And some of those top vote getters are here tonight, and we'll start in the order in which they won the award, starting with our very first Gold Star Chili Star of the Week winner was Gabe Gray for his Week 2 effort versus Dixie Heights. 223 yards that night, 4 touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. Quite an impressive season he had, Greg.
Absolutely, and it doesn't stop there for Mr. Gray. This will be the first time we see him, and a couple of times this evening.
Gabe, if you just want to stay up here till we're done with the Gold Stars, that would be good. Gabe, nice job there. We have our next Northern Kentucky winner. He came from Conner High School, and it was quarterback Drew Barker. A big game he had versus Campbell County. 157 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns rushing, 87 through the air. We got many good things to come ahead for this kid.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see him up here quite a few times in the next 2 years, and looking forward to that one, Dan.
All right, let's move right along to another top vote getter from Week 7. This one was Lloyd Senior, Dakota Kid, the running back. Big games.
Oh. He's been waiting all night, and that has to happen.
But 4 touchdowns and a fumble recovery in his big effort versus Brossard in Week 7. It garners him the award. Nice job, Dakota. Great season.
Congratulations.
Buddy. And congratulations. Our final Northern Kentucky and Indiana representative of the Gold Star Chili Star of the Week came the following week in Week 8, and it was Beechwood quarterback Taylor Davis, the top vote getter of the entire season. All 10 weeks. 5 touchdowns versus Class 1A rival Bellevue. And Taylor, congratulations to you guys. Let's get one last round of applause for these 4 guys. They're fantastic efforts. Congratulations. You guys can go ahead and take a seat. We'd now like to acknowledge our all tristatefootball.com team members that are in the house. And Greg, we're sort of going to have to eyeball this thing.
Sure.
I sure in the heck didn't keep an attendance of them. But let's start with our second and third team, or first of all, our honorable mentions that are in the house. Our honorable mentions that are present, we want to acknowledge, include Tyler Durham of Campbell County.
Max Nussbaum of Beechwood.
And I think that's all we got. There's
Chad Bowen of Beechwood.
Chad Bowen of Highlands.
Oh, I'm sorry,
he's not here tonight.
Chad Bowen of Highlands.
Is that all that's here?
And that's it, yeah.
Okay. Let's now call up our third team members that are present, including tight end Dane Everett of Beechwood. Dane still here?
Adam Kozerski of Holy Cross.
Michael Reynolds of Boone County. Looks like we move on to our second teamers now, Greg. Starting with Highlands wide receiver Austin Sheehan.
And then we have Peyton Stonefield, linebacker from East Central.
And fellow linebacker Paul Lampone of Holy Cross. Did we get all the second, third teamer and honorable mentions? I think we did.
I think we have.
I love the bold tag. Yeah, make the things pretty for us. Let's hand out some plaques now for our first team all tristatefootball.com members. Remember, these Tri-State Football, 139 teams, so just to be even on the teams I mentioned, but the first teamer is saying quite a big statement. We took coaches' ballots, fan vote, as well as obviously our media vote, and we'll start with first team all Tri-State Football quarterback Patrick Tolles.
His teammate, Drake Bruns, defensive back, first team. All tristatefootball.com.
First team running back from Covington Catholic, Gabe Gray, who set the school record. Let's call him up there. Nice job, Gray. Is Gabe still here? There he is. My bad, Gabe. I was looking at the back for you.
No, can see again.
Working your way through those holes, just like all season long.
Exactly. I think he is.
And our kicker, a big foot from a little school, Joey Nussbaum from Beechwood.
Greg, for the record, this year on our 6 members from Northern Kentucky, that's the most Northern Kentucky members ever to make our first team all Tri-State. So
we also thank the fans for that, for coming out and voting. So thank you for being so supportive at tristatefootball.com.
Now let's hand out some of our Team and Player of the Year awards, and we'll start with our Indiana Defensive Player of the Year from East Central High School, Peyton Stonefield. Peyton, what a season he had, Greg, and we knew he was a rising star when it began, and he really capped it off with a magnificent campaign in 2011.
Well, the most exciting thing about him, and a lot of our winners on these awards, are the junior class. A lot of them are coming back. It just shows you the depth that we have. And our Offensive Player of the Year in Indiana is Chad Bunchbach, the running back from Lawrenceburg, and he's got another year left to go as well. So Peyton Stonefield versus Chad Bunchbach next year should be a fine matchup.
Yes, we will be keeping our eyes on that. Next year, 2 more teams joining our Indiana coverage, so we're excited about that. Nice job, Chad. Moving to our Kentucky Player of the Years. We'll start on offense for the second straight year, our first team Offensive Player of the Year, quarterback Patrick Tolles of Highlands. Not quite as prestigious honor as Mr. Kentucky, but we'll give it to you nonetheless.
Patrick joins Miles Simpson as back-to-back winners for the tristatefootball.com Player of the Year. And this is an interesting choice, but our Defensive Player of the Year in Kentucky, Michael Reynolds from Boone County.
Yes, it was very heated debate because it was such great players.
And at the end of it, 122 total tackles. Just a go-getter, a ball hawk. Michael was well deserving of the award.
All right, moving right along to our Team of the Years. And Greg, you know which one's in that box?
Yes. And from Indiana, our Team of the Year, the East Central Trojans. Coach Belmer, you want to come on up?
Second straight year that East Central has received the honor.
They dethroned the Batesville Bulldogs 2 years ago and continue to win this award. Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach.
First year back.
Welcome back.
Way to go. Great season.
And last but certainly not least, our Northern Kentucky Team of the Year. With 2 state champions in the house, it's a tough reward, but when you set state records for scoring and go undefeated, no doubt about it, Highlands Bluebirds, our Northern Kentucky, tristatefootball.com, FOX19, the Team of the Year, head coach Dale Mueller and the boys turning in again.
Well, like Coach Mueller says, we've got great players. We've got great players, and they continue to have them. And it's always fun to watch the Highland Bluebirds. Congratulations on your 5th straight championship. You boys had a great career.
Congratulations to everybody. We really appreciate you for coming out. Be sure to stay tuned to tristatefootball.com. Football never ends there. We'll be covering at 365 and signing day, the next big thing. For Greg Shoemaker, Brady Labor, Joe Danneman, our audio master Nick Wesendorp, and Jess Roth, I'm Dan Clasgens saying thank you and have a good night.